Jew, 11 trapped illegal miners rescued. BNFT, nurses run away to greener pastures abroad. I thought we were exporting them. Now they're running away. I don't know. Okay. Access Bank excels as Ghana Club 100 awards. UK's used clothing fuels Ghana's environmental crisis. And government must aim for good program, not a fast one. Also, the Finder newspaper, which is the final one, says protect women in media from attacks and unfair scrutiny. Samira Baumia says so. And local supply chain policy needed to entice companies to invest in raw material production locally. So, President is confident that policies will yield relief. Eugene is Director of Communications at the Presidency. And policies to restore Ghana's macroeconomic stability identified by the IMF. My guest this morning, Kamal Dean Abdullahi. He is a Deputy National Communications Director of the NPP. Lawyer Kwame Janto, as a private legal practitioner, is also heads the CPP's Political Affairs Committee. He works within the energy sector as well. And lawyer Abraham Amaliba is the head of the NDC's legal team. He's also a member of the National Communications team. Kamal Dean previously had held the role of the National Nasara Coordinator, future MP, if you will like to call him. So, gentlemen, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
That's about.
Nah, it's Masam.
Yeah.
You look more like a lunga.
I'm
You know, when we say a lunga in the Ghana, you know what it means?
No, tell me.
It's a drummer.
Okay.
So he looks like a drum.
It looks like a drummer. You know, the Longse dress like this. They dress with that.
That look like a drummer.
No. The Longse.
That's why I sound in the morning every day.
They drum, and if you like, issue appellations or praise the chiefs or kings and all that. And this house, sometimes mostly they are paid.
Right.
You know? So, but you look more like a traditional.
But I actually had a chieftain title, from the late the Choma.
Oh, okay.
The
late Choma,
Dawuni is his name.
Sure.
Yes. Timalema. Let's fix it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Gave me a smoke and all of that.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I identified strongly with.
That's more reason why you look like a woman.
And since that time, I have not stopped wearing them. I'm challenging Lawyer Janto and Lawyer Mallet back to it.
And the way you have worn your hat also speaks volumes. It tells us that indeed you have a title.
Yes.
When it goes on the right, you are entitled.
Exactly.
On the left, it means that, Mempasem.
Yeah. But this one. So, Timalema, let's fix it.
And on the back? On the back is also... usually when it goes back, the chiefs do that. They revere chiefs. They either go up, go back.
Okay, that's why Dr. Liman used to wear his like that.
Yeah, that means he's on top.
He's the main man.
On the front? Well, that one I think.
So that's some education there for you.
We have such a rich culture.
Okay, that's some education there for you. Lawyer Malba, how are you doing?
We are living by hope.
You don't look like a drum. You look like a chief.
We are living by hope.
Don't do that.
Oh yeah, but those who are managing our lives have failed us. So now what you do, when you wake up, what you do is to live by hope. And that is what has brought us this far.
Hope.
Just hope. Hope that things will be well.
You believe in a hope campaign. You know there was a hope campaign before the 2016 election.
That was geared towards what?
Giving us hope.
Yeah, man must. You see, the man who took his life on the pylon did not have hope. And it ended up in that disaster. So yes, the economy is bad. The managers are poor. But you must give yourself some self-hope that there will be light at the end of the tunnel. So you can continue living.
It could be an oncoming train.
To hit you, eh?
Crash you. Lawyer Janto, how are you doing, sir?
I'm very well.
Lawyer Janto is usually peaceful on Fridays. It's only when we're getting to the tail end of the show that...
Tail end?
Yes.
It's a Friday, so we take things easy. But you know...
very peaceful then when we're getting to end the show. Then
it depends on what you say that triggers me.
A banger and then he goes away.
Amaliba was saying that you need to have hope.
Right.
But for me, when I wake up in the morning and I'm breathing, I thank God. It could be worse.
Could have been worse.
There are people on their way to the mortuary this morning. There are people on their way to the hospital this morning. So if God has been able to pick me up out of my bed and I am breathing, it's fine. All these things we go through, they are temporary. Yeah, they could be long-term, but we would have a solution. Look, some of us have lived through the worst times in this country, and we've bounced back. 66 coup, 79 coup,
Right.
this coup, hardships 2001, 81, all that. We lived through it. So what we actually need is for government to also show us some comfort and tell us what it is we want to hear.
How else do you want the president to assure you?
Oh,
and
where's
tell you that
the
he'll bounce
assurance?
back?
No, tell me, where's the assurance?
But he has told you.
Where's the assurance?
He has told you. How
What,
else
what
should
has
he do
he
it?
said? What has he said?
He said, we'll bounce back.
Is that
Stay
all?
with me.
Is that all? We need to see action. We don't need to wait for the Gutters of this world, the pharmaceuticals of this world, the unions of this world to go on strike and to, be finding things challenging. We need to nip it in the bud before it even starts. So what I'm looking for is for government to sit with some of, these likely challenges that would come up and speak to us first before we take that action. Cedi is what? Cedi is what?
14.5.
Unfortunately. Because really, we are not, as I keep saying, we are not feeling the president. We are not. We are not feeling the president. And it's not a question of bashing. It's a question of being able to know that the president is in control. Well, I don't see it. So
And you don't think
I
that.
say,
But
look,
why do you want to put everything on the president?
look,
There's an economic management team.
look.
Professor Jambafo,
Look.
Alan Treman team, Yalsa Fumafo,
He directs.
Dr. Baumia.
He directs. The president directs. The president calls the economic management team. Guys, we need to do something. He directs. And in times like this, he needs to show us that he's directing. Because when you look at it, it looks as if it's only IMF is the solution. What if that doesn't work? How are we looking into the medium term? How are we looking into the long term? Not to go back to where the cedi is today. 16 cedis for a pound. 15 cedis for a dollar. What are we putting in place so that we don't go through? What are we putting in place in terms of our imports? What are we putting in place in terms of inflation? What are we putting in place in terms of the cedi arresting it? Because let's say we get $4 billion from IMF. Is that it? Is it not likely that the cedi will go back to its form again, probably 2-3 years down the line? And is that what we're looking for?
14.2.
What are the
is rate this
long-term
morning,
plans?
According to our
The
team.
long-term plans. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to AGIA? Are you talking to, what do you call it?
Guta.
Guta. Are you talking to all those them? Let's see some action. Today, the president has put a committee together to look at the Guta issues. It should have started ages ago. Guta don't need to go on strike for the president to do these things. That is what I'm calling leadership. Show it.
Okay.
For a government who says we are not going to IMF, and now IMF is the savior, do you get what you call it from investors? You think investors aren't looking? And remember, the World Bank has said, yes, Ukraine and COVID have had their impact, but domestically, some of the issues come from Ghana's domestic handling. So, let's show leadership.
Okay.
Let's show leadership.
The government chair has showed some leadership. A letter dated the 20th of October, press statement from Guta. Some good news there. Suspension of closure of shops. And following our strike action on Wednesday, 19th October 2022, the king of the Ghana state, Ni Takite Kuchuru II, invited leadership of our association to brief him about our concerns. After carefully listening to our concerns, he saw reasons with us and promised to intervene and take the matter to the appropriate authorities for urgent solution. Immediately after meeting with the king, the President of the Republic also invited us and listened to our grievances and recommendations thereon. He then called for setting up of a committee, a working committee made up of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, National Security, GUTA, to simply come out with pragmatic measures to solve the challenges, and that most of our recommendations would be factored in the ongoing IMF discussions. On this note, we wish to sincerely thank His Majesty King Ni Teku Taki Churu for his intervention and wise counseling. We also thank the Office of the Council of State and all its honorable members and staff for playing an important role in this matter right from the early stages to date. Finally, we thank His Excellency the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for understanding and appreciating the degree of our challenges and setting up a joint working committee for expeditious action. In view of all this goodwill from these great personalities, we wish to appeal to our teaming members and the entire trading community who participated in this strike action to reopen their shops from October, tomorrow 21st October 2022, as we continue to pursue process for immediate solution. Alpha A. Shaban is signed that letter there. Come out, this good news, is it not?
Very. Very good news. Once again, good morning to you, and good morning to Lawyer Malabar, Lawyer Jantua, and of course to the viewers out there. I say good morning to all of us. Let me set off on this note. Situations are tough, times are hard, but of course, Ghana is not in isolation in this case. The entire world is in an economic turmoil. The entire universe, where we have government, we have leadership, we have, if you like, managers of the various economies are struggling. It is not to say that that should be a justification for why we should be where we are.
That's what you're doing.
I'm saying it is not. Please, I am speaking to very, very, very objective-minded people.
I'm the one
there.
interviewing you.
I know, and you are interviewing me for their sake. You are interviewing me for them to understand and listen to us. If it was for you, I alone would have sat in the room and do this thing and then walk out. But it's for them to also listen. I'm saying if it was for you and I alone. Me home. So I am saying that we are in hard times. And that is a fact. It's common. However, I like the way Lawyer Gentua put it. We have seen it before. We've gone through this before. He has seen 66, I wasn't born. He has seen running to 70s, I wasn't born. Later 70s, I was born, maybe. He has seen 82, 83, 84. When the then General Rollins, under the PNDC, had to take us to IMF for Palms card. When yellow corn was in cups, he will serve you one cup. Go and cook for you and your family to eat. We have gone through that meal. Okay? But all passed, and we have where we are today.
Are you trying to compare military rule to a democratic rule? Oh,
I am not comparing a military rule to a democratic rule. I am comparing heads of states. Whether military or democratic, there's a head of state. Okay? Whether military or democratic rule, there's a head of state.
And the conditions are
and
same.
The country is being managed.
And the conditions
whether it's military
same.
Or it's democracy, the country economy is managed.
And the conditions are same.
Politically, no. Economically, yes.
Where they had control.
I'm saying politically,
prices.
no. But economically,
where
yes.
Where you had control prices.
That is why I'm saying
curfew.
Yes, there could be some little bit of disparities or differences, but of course it's one. But you see, the point I'm trying to make is that we have gone through all this to where we are today. And that is why I set off by saying that it's not a justification for why we are here today. Yes, yesterday I was listening to the finance minister. He lamented the situation, spoke about it, and said, look, we still have a lot of hope here.
He is joining us to complain.
Yeah, he's not joining to complain. He's joining to tell us the situation where we are.
But that's his job.
Of course, yes, it is his job to fix it and we are on it and making sure that, inshallah, not by our might, Ghana is going to pick up again, big time.
He couldn't keep his promise.
Ghana
he said we will not
is
go
going
to IMF.
to pick up again.
We are a proud nation.
Well,
he told us.
So the finance minister was not the first to have said he won't go to IMF. Once upon a time, the president of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, sat on live TV on BBC and said he would never go to IMF. He came home and went to Senchi to do a home growth and went to IMF.
6 years on, you are still.
I am saying no, but I'm saying, so you see, that is what I'm saying, that these are things that of course have happened.
You said you were better managers of the economy.
Yes.
That John Mahama didn't have a clue.
I am saying
6 years on.
I am
you're
saying
still referring to him.
I am only telling you that yes, you have said that he said he won't go to IMF, and I'm saying this is not new. This is not new. Even the president of the Republic of Ghana sat on live TV to say I won't go to IMF. In fact, not just a local TV, BBC. Came home, went to Senchi, took Okedonkwe and Co to go and drink tea. After that, went to IMF.
But come on,
so that's happened. But of course,
come
you see,
on, hold on.
that
we
is not even
voted
the
for
matter.
change.
Yes.
We voted for change.
Yeah.
You campaigned on a message, and I asked Maliba right now. There was a whole hope campaign.
Yeah.
Ken Ofori-Atta today was sharing leaflets.
Yeah.
He gave me one.
Yeah.
Around ATTC.
Good.
Ken Ofori-Atta.
Yeah.
Left Data Bank.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
And he gave us hope, and we voted for change.
Yeah.
You are referring to somebody you called incompetent and saying his standard is now your standard.
Yeah. He
What are you
gave
talking
you
about?
hope. He gave you hope and spoke about making sure that your education will be better, and that sector he will make sure that your kids who would come out of JHS and have no hope and will be selling dog chains on the streets and be selling PK on the streets shall be given the opportunity paid by government for them to be in school. That has been delivered.
President Kufuor,
I'm saying that has been delivered.
Shoeshine made them write their names for jobs.
Let me speak to the hope he gave you.
Still don't have a job.
Let me continue to speak to the hope he gave you. I beg you.
Go ahead.
He gave you hope that your cousin, that your little sister will be going to school, and he has paid for that. He has delivered it. He gave you hope that he will ensure food security in our country. We're not talking of prices. We're talking of food security, where you can go to the shelves and get food to buy. Today, tell me the shortage of food in this country, and you will not get food to buy. Tell me.
There's food security.
Why not? A lot.
Ask Lawyer Janto.
Tell me there is no food.
And yourself, our old schools, they ask us for money on the pages
No, I'm
to
not
feed
talking
the
about,
kids.
listen, I am not talking about prices of food.
No,
but I'm saying
talking
there
about
is food to buy. If you go to the
What
shelf,
is
you
the
go to
use
the
of
market
having
and buy.
food and you
That's
can't
food
buy it?
security.
In the
What are you
secondary
talking about?
in the secondary
Oh, come on.
schools.
What's
In the
the
secondary
food and
schools.
not being able to buy it?
In the secondary
I am
schools.
saying that you would not walk to the shelves or you walk to the market to look for groceries for your wife and you will not get that to buy. That's what I'm saying. But some other countries, and I can give you example of Italy. Italy today, cooking oil even. You go and you want to buy 2 bottles, they tell no, buy only 1 because we are rationing it. Italy, check it. That's Italy, a developed country, member of G7. Okay? And in this country, you go and buy number of bottles that you want, no matter what, just food security.
I am in shock.
I am saying that go to Italy, you cannot buy 2 bottles of cooking oil. You buy 1. Somebody has called a brother here in Ghana to buy cooking oil and send to them in Italy. Check it. So I'm telling you that yes, times are hard, but our situation is not just that dire. Okay? It was difficult. It's something that we all have to talk about. But if we paint a gloomy picture that we have people who are clueless in managing the economy, then I think it's pathetic.
Kamal, do you live in Ghana?
I'm living in Ghana and I'm sitting here in your studio. This is Ghana.
Do you feel what the people feel?
This is why I do. If I don't feel it, I wouldn't have set off by saying the times that were hard. I would not have set off on that tangent.
Do you know that people's take-home pay cannot take them home?
I have not said that things have not, prices have not gone up. Listen to me. I have not said that prices have not gone up. I have not said that goods and services prices have not gone up. What I'm saying is that yes, we are in hard times. Times have gone hard, but of course, availability of even that for us to have, when comparing that to some other country where they don't even have. Look, Gambia, to even walk to the filling station and get fuel is not there.
How do you compare us?
Check it. What is a country?
What's the GDP?
Oh, really?
Of Gambia.
You're not part of it?
What's the GDP of Gambia?
Nigeria. Go to filling station to get fuel, where they are even leading producers of fuel oil in this country, in Africa. I am telling you, go to the X pump, to the fuel station, you won't even get it. I'm happy it's in the energy sector.
Your
you know
cedi is depreciating
I have
against the
not said it's
Nigerian
not.
naira.
I have not said it's not.
Of all currencies.
I have not said why currencies. Why? What happened in the UK? Are you not watching Liz Truss and Co? all-time pound, almighty pound sterling is what? Depreciating. I am not telling you. I'm saying the whole world, the entire universe is in a serious calamity. And that is what is happening. But of course, let's think out of the box to solve this matter. Let's find out how we are going to ensure that that works. Why? People can be naysayers. You continue to say we can never do it. But at the end of the day, I am telling you, when this economy is fixed, people
when will it be
have nothing to
fixed?
say.
When will it be fixed?
It's going to be fixed. They are on course. And we are on course.
You are begging.
I am comfortably telling you strongly that yes, not by our might, by the will of Almighty Allah, this economy is going to be fixed and fixed well.
Your Ghana
I'm
Club
sure
100,
about
the top 10 of your companies doesn't belong to you. You import everything into this country.
Yeah.
They repatriate their monies out of this country.
Good.
So what are you talking about?
I have always made this point here.
That-
And I told myself that, look, our structure, we have a structural problem. And it didn't start from under,
But the
under
president
NPP.
promised to fix the
I
structure.
am saying that, I am saying, look, at
He
the end
said
of the day,
he will move us
you
from a
can-
Gojisbergen economy
to
from taxation to production.
production. I have said,
Where
I'm
is it?
saying, that is why when in 1985 you had people who had to embark on divestiture implementation
Are you
committee
still
and
living in
said all those
1985?
factories.
Are you living in
The president of
1985?
the Republic of Ghana comes today and set up factories for you as we speak. Some 125 factories are working.
And what has been the impact?
You don't know that?
What has been the impact, on your
has
economy?
been affected by external shocks that we know, and I also know.
Your
by also the
inflation
COVID
is
impact that you
37.2.
know, and I also know.
Your inflation is 37.2. You are importing
Yes,
everything.
yes.
From cassava to maize
Yes.
to tomato to onions to fish.
Yeah.
What are you talking to me about?
I am saying that I am going to continue repeating myself. I said times are hard, and in all humility, the government of the day is working round the clock to ensure that we fix it. And in all humility, I also say that it is not just unique to Ghana. It is also a situation that we find ourselves in throughout the world, i.e. even Africa is suffering, all of us. That's what I mean.
Your government doesn't seem to have a solution to our problems.
Oh.
You only explain and talk.
Yes, it is your right for you to say that we have not got solution to your problem. What I do know is that it is a process and not an event. Fixing a matter here is not about just sitting down and say today, magic wand, hey, work, and then it's like that. That is not how it works. Problems come, and of course, it takes tough people to understand that problems have come and let's solve it. And I'm saying the government is committed to solving this problem, inshallah.
Are you serious?
I am confidently telling
I
you
don't
that.
believe you because,
Yeah.
you see, I want to reference a tweet that President Akufo-Addo put up in the run-up to the 2016 election, right? This is 8:51 p.m.
Yeah.
on the 4th of May 2016.
Okay.
Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He says the current depreciation of the Ghana cedi against the US dollar is because of bad leadership.
Okay.
We should not be where we are today to buy dollar at 3 cedis 72 pesos.
Yeah.
Vote for change. Hashtag change now. That's the president's Twitter handle.
Every time and every situation at that time comes with its own reasons. What were the reasons alluded to the cedi depreciating at that time? What are the reasons alluded to the cedi depreciating this time? You can do the such comparison. Yes, he said it. I'm not denying it.
Right.
I'm not saying that he didn't post it.
Right.
But what was the situation that occasioned this depreciation of the cedi at that time? And what is the situation today that has occasioned the depreciation of the cedi at this time?
Listros is gone. Kwesi Kwati is gone. Ken Oforiatta is at post.
Yeah.
Are we serious?
Oh, that's interesting.
Is it not?
Interesting? Listros is gone, Kwesi Kwati is gone, so we should have the president of the Republic of Ghana.
Ken Oforiatta has obviously proven to us that he doesn't understand the job he's been given to
so
do.
Listros left because he doesn't understand the job, so she's gone.
The
She
pound,
admitted
what's
it.
the pound now?
Eh?
What's the strength of the
She
pound?
came to meet the pound, and then the pound is going down. Oh, because of that, I'm leaving. So the president of the Republic of Ghana in 2017 till now, all those successes, building your roads, all those as making sure your education system was sustained, making sure your salaries are paid, making sure that at least some allowances are given, and your economy is on the trajectory moving up. Just because you have had difficulty now, oh, resign, leave the place and go.
Is it Ken
Is that what you're saying?
Oforiatta
Really?
your best man, your best foot forward for this job?
Ken Ofori-Atta has what it takes.
Is he your
That
best
is
man?
why he was appointed
Is
by
he
the
your best
President of
man?
the Republic
Is
of
he your
Ghana.
best man?
And as we speak, he's the Finance Minister of the Republic
Is
of
he your
Ghana.
best man?
And he continues to work at the Finance
Is he
Minister.
your best
and he's
man?
working and making sure that your life is better, my life will be better. And I know,
Is
again,
he
that is
your
going to
best
result.
man? Ken Ofori-Atta, is he your best man?
I mean, it's not for me to evaluate, but I do know that he's a Finance
If you were
Minister. He's
president,
working.
would you keep him as your finance
Why
minister?
not? He's working. He has what it takes to be a Finance Minister. Why not?
I hear you. Amalba, good morning to you.
Morning. The attempt.
I am shocked.
Shocked by what?
You'll be. You know, sometimes this government communicators, instead of them, when they come onto this program, to be humble and speak to the people in such a
Amalba,
way.
hold on for me. Oliver, play that video for me of Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta on a demonstration wearing a Rasta hat and a pink shirt, Occupy Ghana, on a rainy day, where they had a face-off with the police, Occupy Flagstaff House. In fact, play that video for me.
Which were really bad times where we all slept at the petrol station. So that's indication that, you really need to get up and talk about it, because we cannot, as a nation that deserves so much more, come to this level.
I'm working like a fool and I'm paying my taxes. The government got to work like a fool as well and make sure that my road is fixed, that I have electricity, that I have water. That is their job. It is not for me to tell the president how to fix the economy. If he didn't know how to fix the economy, why did he run for office?
And as you can see, when you've mismanaged the economy into this hole, then anything sounds great to you because you don't have any option. You see what I mean? And this is the problem. That
And you didn't come in here.
When we say it, they intimidate us, but now we're playing just the videos and reading the tweets and the Facebook posts.
Election
Receipts are bound. Amalba, this was the man in opposition, gave us all the hope. Today, here we are. They're wearing a nice mug, by the way. You could afford it, it's fine.
Johnny, this attempt to globalize their bad governance is sometimes mind-boggling. The attempt to always look the face of Ghanaians and say that it's happening everywhere in the world, for me, is mind-boggling. You have been elected into office to solve problems. It's not a walk in the park. In fact, if there were no problem to solve, no government would have existed.
You think they don't understand that?
If they understood that, would he be sitting here talking so boisterously to the people of this country? Instead of him to be humble and talk to the people and let the people understand that the government is doing something to ameliorate their problem. Look, I don't expect a government official to come onto the program and be lamenting to me. I don't expect a government official to come onto the program and simply acknowledge the problems and say that we should clap for him. Why? It's only a fool, a foolish man.
Relax.
I won't relax. It's only a fool under these circumstances. It's only a fool and a foolish man who will not acknowledge that there are problems. So how is that a success? Simple acknowledging is a success to them. Oh, we have acknowledged that there's a problem. Can you imagine? It's only a fool under these circumstances. But what were you going to do? Tell me. Do you have an option not to acknowledge? So stop doing that. Stop that.
Beyond acknowledgement, what should the government do?
That's why you asked and he couldn't. Look, the shortest lived prime minister in the UK, even she did something to avert or ameliorate their problems. What did he do?
Mistrust.
She fired her finance minister when the finance minister actions led to problems in the market.
So you want Ken Ofori-Atta sacked?
I'm just telling you how serious-minded people behave.
Do you want Ken Ofori-Atta sacked?
I'm coming there. Now, your city is on a free fall like manna falling from heaven. Your currency, some say, is the most worst performing currency in the world. I say it is the most disgraceful currency in the world.
So you didn't like Hata.
Most performing is even milder.
That was what Mr. Kufa
It is
Dr.
a
Kufa
disgraceful currency in the world, like toilet paper.
No,
Hey, really?
Yes.
No,
Really? You
Yes.
call, you sit
No,
here and
no.
call your
I
parents?
call- yes.
No.
Yes. Like toilet paper.
Amalba, no.
I take
No.
it. So if your
Foolish man, toilet paper. Where are we going?
who am my wife is not a foolish man? I'm saying that it is only a foolish man who will not acknowledge the times we
You're
have.
saying it again.
What's wrong with that? Why? In this current situation, what else can they do but to acknowledge? Tell me. So they are wise. That's what they have acknowledged. And they are not foolish not to acknowledge. What else could they have done? Are you not satisfied? Now,
You're a lawyer. You're
the
doing
point is
semantics
this.
with me.
The point is this. We were in this country when a certain Akufo-Addo mounted a platform, then Akufo-Addo, and said, under Akufo, 1 cedi, $1. Under Mills Mahama, 1 cedi, $2. Little did he know that one day he became president. When he was saying that, those kind of reckless campaigns, he didn't know that one day he become president. Today, under this same man, who is the president today, is 1 cedi, 15. Because 1 cedi, 0.5.
14.2.
Inching towards
14.2.
inching towards 5. And you see the way the city even behaves under him.
How does it behave?
It's like every day you add 1 cedi to it, to the door. It depreciated by 1. It depreciated by 1. I'm told that 2 days ago it depreciated by 2. In the morning when you went, it was this, something
It
else.
was 12.
Then in the evening when you
13,
went,
yeah.
it was something another thing. And the man who was saying that, and a certain group of people, the city was 1 to 2. No? Today, under him, it's 1 to 14.
Is all hope lost?
And when you ask the president, who we voted into power, even though I didn't vote for him, no, theoretically I didn't vote for him. We voted into power. And we are complaining that your ministers are not doing well. He still goes onto radio and preaches to the people of this country that he is not going to touch his ministers. Look, do you know that simply firing the finance minister will send some good signals to the market? Does he know that? Just that alone would give some positive signals to the market. I don't know what covenant. I simply don't know what covenant is between Akufo-Addo and the finance
He
minister.
believes in him.
I don't know what covenant it is. Said that he has seen all the building blocks crumbling. But he says, no, I won't touch the
But
money.
he's not the only one. A Greek minister is there. Alan Chamantin is there. Health minister is there. Sputnik V is still on our hands. Parliament is refusing to take action. We pretend as if everything is okay. National Security Minister is there after modeling for somebody on a phone. National Security doing 360. He's still at post. All of them, they are still there. The president is happy with his old friends.
I am talking about bread and butter issues. So for the list that you have sent to me now, I think there are only 2 that I want to talk about. The finance minister and the agric minister. He sat here and said there's food security. How come that your school children can't get food to eat? If there's food security. I remember, was it last year or 2? We had to go to ECOWAS, Bafa, and take some food there. You remember something like that?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. ECOWAS,
Really?
I think,
Yeah.
he doesn't even know. Such a person is on this program. He doesn't even know that. He doesn't even know that the government of Ghana
don't do that.
had to resort to ECOWAS.
Don't do that, please.
And borrow food from their buffer stock.
Don't do that.
I will retaliate
Yes.
in equal measure.
I don't care.
You don't know that.
So you find it very difficult
I'm holding him back.
to let him do it. We can all
Equal
do it.
measure.
Let him do it. You find it difficult to appreciate how these people conceptualize their thinking and come to tell us that there's food security. How do you come to tell people that when your school children? So are we being wicked to our school children? Food is secured in this country. You just sat here and said that we imported fish for Homo. Cassava, didn't we say that we are importing cassava? And the agriculture is all for medicinal purposes.
Industrial purpose.
Can you imagine? So our cassava cannot be used for industrial purposes or medicinal purposes. So look, what is the situation now, there's no end in sight.
But the government has asked for you as the largest opposition party to give them alternatives beyond blaming them. Would you oblige?
Overborrowing. Didn't we say that it was overborrowing? What is our problem today? Was it not the minority in parliament that sounded the bell long ago that the way you are borrowing, it will head us to this? Isn't that a solution? Isn't that a solution? I don't understand them when they say we are not the accusations leveled against them are the solutions that we are proffering to them. You have overborrowed. We sounded to you. See, there's no dollars in the system. Oh.
Are you serious?
Oh. We don't have dollars in the country, the Bank of Ghana is bereft or short of dollars.
After arresting the 76 black market people.
Which is, oh. Now they are saying that, what? Confiscated loan or what? Syndicated loan.
750 million.
It's not their hope. Initially it was Afri-Exim loan.
Right.
It came. Nothing has happened to the Cedi. Now they are hoping for that one. And I say that it is about your poor management.
But you're saying there's no dollar in circulation.
There's no dollar. No, it's shorted. That's why it's going up. What? Your economist, me, I did economy Form 5.
I didn't do economics. I did physics, chemistry, biology, elective maths.
Yes, and Form 5 economics.
Yeah. I didn't go to Form 5.
I have Form 5 economics. I got one, Division 1.
You're a strong guy.
Yes, Division 1.
Come on, you also got one, right?
No, you didn't get one.
You didn't get one.
Look,
I got economics 2.
When?
2. Okay.
When?
I got one.
When?
No, I got 3.
General paper.
I got 3 economics. Yes.
When supplies.
I just gave you their results on TV free.
When the supply of any item is in shortage,
price shoots up.
There's always demand for it.
Right.
That is all. This is my Form 5. Oh. Can you imagine if I had gone up to
Yale or Harvard?
To Harvard? That's Form 5 for you. Form 5 for you.
But Ken Offerette has gone to Harvard.
Yeah. Sometimes the people just pass through.
Oh, that's not fair.
I'm not saying he has passed through.
That's not fair.
What is that?
What
you are asking me a question, I'm answering.
You are suggesting that the man just passed through.
That didn't say that. I say sometimes some people. If Ken Offerette has a name, if I wanted to say, I say Ken Offerette passed through. I say sometimes. So, is there end in sight? There's no end in sight. What is the solution from the government? There's no solution. I heard the spokesman for the president, Eugene, say that there are a raft of measures put in place to alleviate the situation.
Right.
Raft, then when it came to telling them what are the raft, IMF alone. Raft means that series. There's plan A, plan B, plan C. And you know this government, that's how they behave. They simply do not, and him touch on it, they simply do not have a backup plan. It's either e-levy will solve our problem. After e-levy, what? You don't have anything. Then when e-levy kaput, then we now go to IMF. IMF is the problem. We are now having challenges. They are even saying that November is not possible before the budget. So what is your plan B?
Can you be optimistic for once about this government?
I would have sounded differently this morning if the president had done what the people of this country are calling him to do. Why? Even Manchester. We benched Ronaldo. So Ronaldo can be like Ken Offerette. We benched him and won. He was angry, he walked out. Can't Offerette also be angry and walk out?
No.
He can't. And can the coach fire him? No.
The job was kept for him when he was ill.
Yes.
HMS was made to read the budget on his behalf.
So, in that regard, how do you ask me to be optimistic? Because we've gone to our wit's ends. There's nothing you've got to the rock. So there's no end in sight to our problems. Like, the same people who are causing the problems are the same people who are steering affairs. If they were a reshuffle, then maybe Dr. Osei Akoto comes as finance minister, he will look at the things anew. You know, and begin to say that, okay, can we suggest to the president, can we cut down on some number of employers, particularly government appointees? Can we, the Flagstaff are those who are only looking at the Facebook things and be commenting, can we take them off?
Engineer Dynamo believes that Dr. Marcus Ibeyeboa should replace Ken Ofori-Atta.
There are a plethora of good people, economists in the MPP. He's one of them. Akoto is one of them.
Dr. Akoto said.
Dr. Akoto said is one of them.
Minister for Monitoring and Evaluation.
He's no more with them.
Minister.
Yes, no more with the government.
He's no more with
them.
them.
They've removed him. He's gone home.
Lajanto, give me way. Give me hope. Don't sound like Amaliba, please.
Sometimes it's difficult not to be able to speak the truth, but you have to speak the truth. You asked AB a question.
Right.
What is it between the president and the minister of finance?
Yeah.
Huh? Let me give you a definition.
Tell me.
The practice among those with power or influence
Nepotism?
of favoring relatives or friends, especially by giving them jobs. So the president says, the finance minister took us out of IMF. Has he not taken us back into IMF? So should he have his position? The president said he's excellent. Does he have, the finance minister, does he have the confidence of the people? That is what the president should be looking at. Does he have the confidence of Ghanaians that our finance minister would be able to be the one to handle these negotiations? Especially, and you played the clip earlier, especially when he was dead against IMF. And investors in this country, when it got to a certain point, they felt that Ghana should go to the IMF, and we didn't go. How do you build confidence? How do you build confidence? Have you been able to communicate the situation that we find ourselves in to the people? So the people are left hanging. At this particular moment in time, Ghanaians are left hanging. There is no chance to see food prices going up when it's going to stop. There is no chance to see, in terms of exchange rate, when it's going to stop. Today somebody told me by Christmas it will be 50 to 1. Yes, somebody said, look, the way this thing is galloping, it could be 50 to 1. What are they doing to arrest the Cedi? What are they doing to arrest the Cedi? What are they doing with regards to imports? That creates some of these challenges because it creates a demand on the dollar. What are they doing about it? These are some of the things we are asking the president. What raft of measures do you have in place, and communicating those measures to us? Because you see, right now, they are not staving the possible rioting and the possible strikes like some of the, what I heard on the radio, the former gender minister indicated that the 1940, was it 47 disturbance was based on some of the things that are happening today.
That's right.
And it can happen.
Yeah. 79,
and that is why you that is why you stave it. That is why you stave it. Look, I have said, and Kamal might not agree with me, and some of the MPP people don't agree with me. The president should stop going to radio stations.
But you have asked him to speak.
Wait, I'm coming. He should stop going to radio stations.
Why?
I agree.
And have radio interview.
Right.
He should have town hall meetings with the people.
Those
Wait,
radio stations, they are arranged.
Please. Do they allow phone calls? Do they allow for the public to call the president?
The president will not like it.
So that is why I'm saying he should have one-on-one with the people, town hall. Isn't it the people who put you there? Did you get there on your own? Are you not responsible to the people? And one thing we are forgetting is that to get into politics and to get into these areas, you are there to serve.
But the president has refused to listen to you calling on him to speak to his people.
Well, then if he's refused, that is why we find ourselves where we are today. We are not feeling the president come out. We are not feeling him. We are not feeling the president. And maybe they, in the party, they don't want to acknowledge, and they are not going through what we are going through. Diesel is what? 15 cedis a liter. 15. The people's pay is not rising. The people's pay is where it is. And you are bringing physical packages out where taxation is concerned. Where are they going to find the money? So obviously, corruption won't stop because they need to find a way to pay these taxes and they need to find a way to live. Look, for IMF to go through, the finance minister shouldn't come and throw dust in our eyes and say till November. If the DS say they are doing does not show that we can sustain our debt levels, forget it.
Have you seen as a political party the IMF plan? Have you seen as a political party, head of the political affairs committee of the CPP? Have you seen it?
They are going to go through what they go through with every country in terms of deciding whether Ghana gets it or not. And it's not a question of the negotiations, it's a question of the board. It's a question of the IMF board.
Have seen the document.
Have you seen the document? Have you seen what we are presenting
I said
to the IMF?
The last time I came here, and I praised the finance minister for doing that. Last time I came here, I told you that initially, a few months back, they invited the CSOs. I was part of it.
Okay.
At that time, there was no meat on the bones of the enhanced document. And they said, give us your ideas. We will call you back. We haven't heard anything again. Have we, as you said, have we seen the enhanced document?
What we're discussing now in Washington.
You see, I felt that before we even went to the IMF, we will put some crack economists around the table and discuss how are we going to approach the IMF. How? Crack economists sit around the table. Their party has a lot crack economists in there. Today, the team that is negotiating, how many economists are in that team? The finance minister, is he an economist? He's an investment banker. And if they bring their crack economists, IMF bring their crack economists, would you be able to challenge them just because you want it to be in your budget? So you are rushing and pushing it. We need a good deal. And if that good deal is going to take us 6 months to do, let's do it so that in the end, we don't have to come back.
Your tone suggests that the president
doesn't listen. They are not communicating.
Your tone suggests that the president doesn't listen.
He doesn't listen. Otherwise, he wouldn't say Kenoforiata has done excellent. He wouldn't say it. In your estimation, has he done excellent? You say he took us out of IMF. He's taken us back into IMF. Does he reserve his position?
We'll see you after the break. Welcome back and thank you very much. My guest in studio, lawyer Abraham Amaliba. He is the head of the NDC's legal team. He's also a private legal practitioner. Lawyer Kwame Jantar works within the energy sector. He's the head of the CPP's political affairs committee. He's also a private legal practitioner. Kamaldeen Abdullahi is a former national Nasara coordinator of the NPP. He's presently a deputy national communications director of the NPP and hopefully a member of parliament very, very soon. Gentlemen, welcome back and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Are you standing? I didn't know you were standing.
No.
Oh, I am.
Oh, you are?
He will stand.
I was standing. Let me see.
This is $1.
Let me. Yeah, that's $1. Yeah.
Yes. How much is it now?
I don't know whether it's fake or it's real.
I won't give you fake.
Oh, you?
I don't support.
No, it looks dirty. It looks dirty. It looks crumbled.
The person has kept it for a long time.
It looks dirty. That's why I said I don't know whether it's fake or it's.
But it's all dollars clean.
Yeah. His dollar he's giving me because we don't spend dollars in Ghana. So for me to see that, I would think it's a fake paper.
Actually when the
but I don't know. But let me address
you are keeping my money too. You want to give my money to?
No, I'm giving it back to you.
You know, actually, when the government borrows money, they quote in dollars because they don't want us to feel the pain of how much they have borrowed.
So let me address some issues
how much
that
is
have
this?
been raised.
How much is this?
I'm saying
$1. How much is it now? 15 cedis.
It's 15 cedis. Yes.
Are you happy about it?
14.5, and of course, bank forex bureaus and the other market is around 15 cedis.
Are you happy that our dollar, our cedi, with 6 heads, and this one with just 1 head?
Oh, our cedi.
Yes.
Is it the cedi, the one Amaliba refers to as a toilet paper? And you sit here and you didn't correct him, you didn't let him know our legal tender. You have a guest on your show. You are the moderator calling your legal tender a country that you owe
did you not
a
hear
duty
me?
to, a toilet paper.
Did you not hear me?
Really?
Did you not hear me?
Oh, so I'm surprised.
Did you not hear me?
Oh no, I cringe when you were quiet. I was surprised.
I was not
What
quite.
did you say?
Quite.
I was not
It's
quite.
right.
You only, what did you say?
I was not, that's untrue.
I was surprised.
That's untrue.
No, that's untrue.
I want
Today you
to
are
hold this and
comparing
make
that
it.
CD to those
He's
what we
diverted.
call
He
toilet
can't answer the
paper.
question.
Anyway, but let me see. I was appalled. I was appalled when my brother Amaliba sought to refer to our currency as a toilet paper. I was appalled. But I thought it wasn't proper. And I think, let me say this to everybody. The situation could be hard, difficult.
It could be,
It
or
could,
it
or
is.
it is.
Excuse me. It could be hard, difficult, whatever situation you find yourself. But never, never, never on any day run down your national asset, your legal tender. More so when you are the people who are supposed to teach us. Because I see them as learned people. Lawyers are great people.
Right.
And Abalba is one of them, a great lawyer for that matter. I know him. Season 1.
He aspiring
So I
to be a
didn't
lawyer.
expect that to come from him at all.
Aspiring
So
lawyer.
he needs to apologize to the people of Ghana for the comment he made here before we leave the show. Otherwise, I won't be happy with him. Amalba tells us that, look, we need economists to run the economy of this country. We need people who understand the nuances of economy. And he thinks that some people just pass through. Some people pass. He didn't mention names. We have economists who have passed through, just as we have lawyers who have also passed through. Okay? And we have engineers who have passed through.
It's been called to the bar.
I'm not saying him.
Okay.
I'm just, I know. He's a seasoned lawyer. I know him very well. I mean, he's won a lot of cases to the admiration of many people. But I'm saying that we have economists who have passed through, just as we have lawyers who have passed through, and we have also journalists who have passed through, and we still have journalists who are passing through.
Right.
You understand? So when we have
Communicators who are also
Oh,
passing.
of course, we have communicators passing through. Everybody, a lot of the areas are passing through. There are people who are passing through. And I'm happy we know this. But see, what is essential is that many a times, it doesn't even take the experts that you claim to fix a problem.
What does
Many
it take?
times.
What does it take?
He managed this economy for how many years? But he managed this economy for 19 good years. Okay? We have had the likes of Akufu, we have had the Achampons, we have had people. We give the history of this country.
We have Dr. Akufo-Addo.
We have had even Kwame Nkrumah and co.
We have Dr.
Okay.
Akufo-Addo.
He's an honorary doctorate.
Lord,
It's not.
just to say,
He didn't say he's a PhD holder.
we don't feel the president.
But I'm going to address him.
Address him.
Very interested.
Right.
When I was speaking, I told you and referred you to the first mandate we gave to Akufo-Addo from 2017 to 2020.
President Akufo-Addo, please.
President Akufo-Addo,
Yeah.
to 2020. And I gave you the achievements, some of them. Okay? Running to employment creation, running to ensuring that debts that were owed by the NHIS paid, running to a great ministry, a whole lot of things that he has done. We sit here today, but for the emergence of the global pandemic, we would not have been here. It would have been a different story. Everybody knows that.
Dr. Baumia had
But for the emergence of the global recession and crunch, we would not have been here.
Dr.
It would have been a
Baumia
different
had
story.
a 100-day achievement forum
Yeah.
where he mentioned that the dollar had been arrested and the key had been given to
the
IGP
IGP.
Apietu.
Yes.
This same dollar is now a fugitive.
A statement of fact. At that time, was the dollar arrested or not arrested? You are making reference. Make proper reference.
So-
at that time, I'm saying the time Dr. Baumia spoke about the dollar being arrested and then it going down, was it true of?
Is the
was
dollar
it
still
true?
arrested?
No.
Is the dollar still in
We are
jail?
not. No, you are made a reference, and
Right.
I'm asking you.
Right.
You want to say that he said this,
When,
and for that
when
matter,
was
he
the
lied.
dollar
And I'm
released?
saying, did he lie?
I didn't say he lied.
Very
When-
good.
When
So
was
what
the,
is the
when
point?
was the
So what's
dollar
the point?
released?
What's the point?
When was the dollar released? Or when
Listen.
did he break jail?
If Dr. Baumia spoke about dollar and said he had been arrested and that the key given, And I'm asking a simple question. At that moment, was it true or false?
I can't say now. When was the dollar released?
Look, let's have a discussion. I mean,
we're having a discussion. When was the dollar released?
If the dollar has depreciated, the cedi has depreciated today, does not mean that what Dr. Bawe said yesterday was a lie.
Is the dollar still
It
in
wasn't
jail?
a lie.
Is the dollar
That's
still
what
in
I'm
jail?
saying. It wasn't a lie.
Is the
But
dollar still in jail? I'm asking for the
as
benefit
we
of my
speak today,
viewers.
as
Yeah.
we speak today,
Right.
the dollar, the cedi is depreciating.
Is the
And
dollar
I've
still
told
in
you
jail?
that it is not just only the cedi. The cedi could be performing worse or could not be performing well, but other currencies also in the world are suffering. And I've just told you that this is a global
Is
problem.
this
You
dollar
may
still
refuse to
in
accept
jail?
it, but that is a fact.
Kamal, is this dollar still in jail?
Well, which one?
The dollar that Dr. Baumia arrested. Is it still in jail? Has he broken jail?
I think you
Does
are only,
IGP to still have the keys?
I think you are hearing me, you're not listening to me.
Okay.
You are only hearing me, you didn't listen to me. I said that as we speak today, the cedi is depreciated or has depreciated.
To answer my question.
That's what I'm
is
saying.
the dollar in jail or has it broken jail?
You don't take that for an answer?
No.
You don't take that
I
for an
want a
answer?
definite answer.
Why?
Your boss says
I am
the dollar
saying,
has been
I am
jailed.
saying that the cedi is depreciating or has depreciated.
Is the dollar in jail?
And that is what we are.
Is the dollar in jail?
The cedi has depreciated or is depreciated.
In
if you
other
want to
words,
hear.
in other words.
I am saying the cedi has depreciated or is depreciated.
In other words.
And look, you don't. This is the question. Whether jail or whatever, I'm saying the cedi has depreciated and depreciating. Let us have a discussion. If you wanted to continue on the
Amalba,
topic.
closing thoughts.
You see, some factual inaccurate statements he made about Italy and that they are rationing oil. He attributed that to the Russian-Ukraine war and those things. The heading is this: Italian drought set to hit supplies of olive oil, rice, fruit, and vegetables. Italian drought. And this is their first time, 70-year drought. This is the first time they are having such a drought. They didn't say that Russia-Ukraine
didn't mention Russia,
war
Ukraine. Please,
is
I
the...
beg you.
But your progress has always been Russia. I'm saying that you have said that there's a global issue. No, there's a global issue. You said there's a global issue.
I just told
this
you
is
here.
specific to Italy.
I thought you were going to say it was
Now-
true. It is true that there's rational oil in Italy.
But it is not
I thought you were going to say
attributable to your problems.
I am
your
telling
drought.
you, they buy oil here and send it to Italy.
It's not
As we speak.
attributable to your globalization
So I'm
problems.
happy you have confirmed it. Rather, you have not. You have
Look at
done a
him.
good
Look
job
at
for
him.
me.
You
That's a
think-
good job.
you
I've
think-
done.
you think- you
Amalo,
think
you
I
did
turn
a good
around?
job for me.
You said that it is because of Russia
Oh, no,
Ukraine.
I never mentioned it anyway. You can play
Why?
back my voice. I never mentioned Russia and Ukraine. I said in Italy, as we speak, that
You
Russian
said that-
cooking
And
oil.
somebody buys from here.
And someone bought here. I'm telling
And you are
That's
attributing
what I
that
said.
to
So I
the
didn't
global
say-
challenges.
Oh.
You are attributing that to the global challenges.
No, but is there a challenge in Italy?
Stop
or not?
doing that
No, is
confidence.
there a challenge
You
or
are a
not?
confidence trickster.
Is that not, you are what?
You are a confidence trickster.
Amalba.
No.
Amalba, I am
No.
saying that. What did you just say?
You see,
Don't do this to yourself. No.
Hughes, Johnny.
Please wrap up for me. The time is set, so Lord Janta can have.
The wrap up is this.
Yes.
The wrap up is this.
Yes, sir.
We are in very, very, and underline the two very, very. For the last 3 decades, we've never seen this before. I'm not saying that for the rest of Ghana's life. And so, if we are at this point,
Even Fourth Republic. Just leave.
okay, the Fourth Republic. If at this point we are faced with these challenges, what I expect government to do is for the president to address the nation, because this is more or less like war against the people of this country.
Lord Janta has said it so many times.
He should address the
He's not
nation
listening.
because
He
when
said
there
they should
was
bring us
COVID,
to the center
when there was
and
COVID,
address us.
when
The
there was-
president has not listened.
when there was COVID, he was always in our rooms when we didn't need him. This is the time that Ghanaians actually need the president to tell us and put hope in us.
You want fellow Ghanaians?
At least for this one,
For what?
for this
For what?
crisis that we find ourselves.
Amalba,
And I want to advise the president.
Eh.
He's too temperamental. He should stop going to.
Amalba,
He should
I'm
stop-
not calling somebody temperamental.
Yes, that's why I'm not president.
Amalba.
So
I'm not calling somebody
that's why I'm not
temperamental.
president. If you are president, you don't do that temperamental things. You go to the radio
This is your
station.
camera.
Yes, the president. You should stop going to TV stations and radio stations because there he's not prepared for the discussions. When they ask him a question, because of his temperamental nature, He flares up and makes unguarded statements that also affect his reputation. He's living. He should make sure that he lives in a way that he will have friends when he leaves.
Okay. Thank you. Advice well taken. I'm sure that the president, his aides, will listen. Now, John, you have the closing thoughts.
Look, Johnny, I come back to the people. Sanitary towels for women is 15 cedis.
They're taxed. We're taxed.
Everything is gone up, not something.
So if
Prices have gone up. It's not
please,
just on
please,
everything.
please,
Everything. A lot of things.
Please,
Everybody knows
please.
prices have
Come
gone
on,
up.
please.
No, prices have gone up.
And you're happy about that.
listen.
Hold on, please.
We know.
You're happy about that.
Dr.
We're not happy. Nobody's
Baumia,
happy.
Dr.
I'm not
Baumia,
happy.
come on, Dr. Baumia,
Yes.
before the 2020 elections, he says vote the MPP into power again
For
so
production.
that we will take the taxes off parks and start producing here.
And-
He's
and-
still taxing menstruation.
And prices have gone up.
He's taxing menstruation.
Hey!
you see,
Is menstruation a profit
Really?
making venture?
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I'm saying that.
Oh, no,
Johnny.
no, Johnny.
He used this as an election
Johnny,
campaign.
you finished yours. You finished yours. It's my turn.
I'm not
It's
reducing
my
it.
your
turn.
discussion. Oh.
Kamal, it's my
I'm
turn.
not reducing
You
it.
are reducing your discussion.
But I just
to
hold on.
make a comment that they are taxing menstruation.
But what does it mean? What are sanitary pads used for?
Johnny, you are reducing your
Sanitary
program.
tags and
Honestly speaking,
tampons, what are they used for?
I am surprised.
What are they used for?
I'm only saying
Sanitary
You don't like
pads
the bed
and
truth.
tampons, what
We
are they used
talking
for?
about the bed truth.
Dr. Baumia promised us that
Johnny.
when we vote for his government
no.
to come back to power in 2020 up until 2024, he will take taxes off sanitary pads and start producing here. Has he achieved that?
And-
He promised young people he will pay their rent for them. Has he done that?
and NDC.
I didn't say NDC. NDC is not in power. NDC is not in power.
NDC will not tax menstruation
Like,
when they come to power.
close up for me.
And he also said
NDC
that.
wouldn't
He
do
also
that.
said that.
You even promised the children 1 cup of cocoa.
And
The
I'm
children
saying-
are in school.
and
You
I'm-
can't even find food to eat.
and I'm
Because-
saying NDC
because
will not
cocoa-
do that.
Cocoa drink.
He also said that.
NDC wouldn't do that.
He also said that. Okadas, what will they do?
They'll give them
They'll
cars.
give them cars. Has it happened? But the point I'm making, those essential things that affect the livelihoods of people, sanitary towels that affects women, affects young girls. At least do something about the tax. Show some action. Because how many people can buy sanitary towels for 15 cedis? Still rising. And you do nothing about it. And you still take the tax. That is the point I'm making. You need to sit with us and look at those things that are essential and do something about it.
When the
Because-
political affairs director of a CPP speaks like this, sometimes I wonder all these beautiful, lofty ideas, great suggestions. Why is CPP not still making the place to into election? What's
Oh,
happening?
please, this is not about
Lofty
election.
ideas,
This is
great
about
ideas,
Ghanaians.
great
Please,
suggestions.
please,
A
don't-
great
look,
political advisor, I'm
look,
surprised.
look.
Sometimes
This
I
is
wonder,
not.
honestly,
This is
sometimes.
not about
No, you are
election.
so-
Wait, this is not
No,
about
you guys are so
election.
smart and
This is
has a lot
about
of
this
ideas,
is
great
about the
ideas.
livelihood of
I
the
don't know
people
why
of
the political
Ghana.
advisor-
Livelihood.
Okay.
Livelihood.
We need to go. Thank you very much indeed.
He just wanted to distract me from what I was saying because he knew what I was saying was true.
A soldier friend of mine sent me this.
the texts.
A soldier friend of mine sent me this. He says food security exists when all people at all times have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food that meets their dietary needs and food preferences from an active and healthy life. World Food Summit 1996. Security FAO. Security. I will read it now. This from hold on. This from Cedi Akomia. He says, Mr. Hughes, please educate for me the man in your studio representing government on food security based on World Bank's definition. World Bank. What is food security? Based on 1996, the World Food Summit, food security is when all people, okay, I read this one already. Yeah. The four main dimensions of food security. One, physical availability of food. Yeah. Economic and physical access to food. Good. Food utilization. Stability of the other three dimensions over time. For food security objectives to be achieved or realized, all four dimensions must be fulfilled simultaneously. Now, they're suggesting that it doesn't stick, and he says you should get the education right. Sampiale says, but we elected our government to solve our economic problems, both internal and external. Yes. So where our government only blames the factors which they have a mandate to manage, but blames a former government that we have a huge problem. A finance minister who has brought the economy to rock bottom. This is the best MPP has then God save Ahantamine.
Uncle Sampi, I mean, he's a very good uncle of mine, but I say hi to him.